We're having a look today at the latest router from TP-Link that they sent over. It's the Archer GX90. This is a high-powered gaming router. So we're going to go through some of the capabilities, but I also wanted to see how it stacks up against the mesh network that I have installed in my home now. Can it hold out? Can it get as good a throughput and bandwidth? Well, we're going to find out. Comparing it against the TP-Link Deco X60 mesh system. I've got 3 of these nodes in my house, and we'll be testing that out in a bit. But over to the router here itself. This looks like a gaming router. There is no question. It's got 8 high-powered antennas on it. It's got a really powerful processor inside as well. It's got a 1.5 gigahertz quad-core processor for processing all the data. It's tri-band, so you get 2 5 gigahertz and 1 2.4 gigahertz frequency bands for the traffic to travel on. One of the 5 gigahertz is just dedicated towards gaming in itself. It's got a built-in gaming accelerator, so it actually will take some of the more popular games and optimize the router to make sure that you're getting the best throughput for those online gaming sessions that you're doing. So on the back, we've got a few different ports here. We've got a 2.5 gigahertz WAN LAN port, and there's an additional 1 gigahertz WAN LAN port here as well. And typically that's what you'd be plugging into your modem that you get from your internet service provider. I don't know, if there's a lot of modems out there that take full advantage of that type of speed, but I guess what they're trying to do here is just to make sure that that's not the bottleneck when you are doing your gaming. Again, the rest of these ports here are all 1 gigabit ports, so high speed. It also has a couple USB ports on the side. It's got a USB 3 and a USB 2. No USB-C ports that I could see on here, but not a big deal. You'd use things like hooking in a network printer or a network hard drive as well that you'd want to share within the home. So how does that stack up against the little mesh network here? Well, what we're going to do is test them out. They're both Wi-Fi 6 routers. We will be testing them with 2 different phones. I've got my iPhone 12 Pro here, and this is Wi-Fi 6 capable. So we're going to see what type of upload and download speeds that we get, and also the latency. I'm going to go through the different rooms in my house, upstairs and downstairs, and out in my backyard as well. The house is about 2,400 square feet, got 4 bedrooms upstairs. The yard itself is about 10,000 square feet, so about 1/4 of an acre. And it's important to me that I do have Wi-Fi out in the front and the back. I've got some of the Ring cameras set up, and I also have things like an auto mower from Husqvarna. It kind of mows my lawn, so it needs a strong Wi-Fi connection as well. So next up, we're going to install this and then do some testing around the house. Well, we set up the new router in the office, and it's actually right there in the corner, probably the furthest corner in the house from everything. But unfortunately, that's where they put the internet modem in when they set that all up. So I think the first thing I want to do is go out to the shed over here and actually test out the speed. I do have a few things in there. I've got like a TV and stuff, so I do need the internet to get out. So we're just going to head down here. I tested the older mesh router. Older, I mean, how old is it? A few months back about half an hour ago, and I got about 150 megabit download speed here. So what I'm going to do now is switch over to the GX90 router, and let's see what we got here. Woof, it's fast. So compare again. So my Deco X60 TP-Link mesh router was coming in at 150 megabits per second. This is over 300, so we got 321 megabits download, and that's just kind of on the regular network. So what I can do now is I'm going to switch over to the fast. So if you remember with the GX90, one of the 5 gigahertz bands can be dedicated to just gaming. So I called that my fast band here, and just switching over on my phone. And once that's done, we'll go back to the speed test here. So we'll see if that made any difference. So we've got 321 down on the, just kind of the regular GX90 connection. And here we're going again. What do we got here? It's right up there as well. So coming in over 300 megabits. And keep in mind, with my internet connection, I'm with Shaw up here in BC, Canada. And my package is only 300 megabits down, so it's not really going to go past that as far as the speed is concerned. Okay, so right off the bat, it looks like the the GX90, it's only going through one wall here, so it has no problem going this distance. The X60, interesting, it just didn't get the distance here, even though there's one wall. Let's go up onto the main deck here and see what we've got going on here as well. And we'll go to the speed test one more time. I'm gonna get out of the sun because I get burnt really easily. So we're connecting once more. And here we go. Yeah, that is smoking fast here. So again, no problem. There's only 2 main walls that the router has to get through. Compared to the mesh network, the X60, I was getting over 300 as well. So it seems that, you know, if there's not too many walls in the way, not having any problems. Next up, let's check out the kitchen. Okay, so we're kind of in the middle of my house downstairs right now. Up here, I do have one of the mesh network, call them a node. So it actually kind of is in the middle of everything, and that's why, you know, with the mesh network, I have been able to get decent coverage. There's no kind of dead spots. But let's check out the speed that I was getting with that. I think we maxed out around 270 megabits per second download, but we'll just do the GX90 now. So we're connecting up here, and yeah. So when this thing goes, it goes. So we're getting up well north of 280 there, kind of nearing the max of what my over 300. So I'm maxing out at what Shaw, my internet service provider, is giving me as far as internet speed. But again, compared to 270. It's, you know, within 10%, so not bad. So, you know, when we go out further from the router itself, we're in the front hall now. Let's just see what kind of speed I'm getting here with the GX90. Connecting up again. So to be honest, that was kind of near what I was getting with the regular mesh network as well. I'll tell you where the difference is going to be. Let's go outside now and check how it is in my my driveway. So it's important for me to have Wi-Fi out in my front yard as well. I've got a Ring garage camera up there / spotlight, and I also have another camera up here on the tree. Got to keep the bad guys out. So let's go into the middle of the driveway. I tested this earlier with the Deco X60, and I got about 129 megabytes down. Let's see what we can get here now with the Archer X60 here. Just a moment. Get that up and going. Here we go. Yeah, so the challenge here is I'm getting nothing right now on the regular bands. I'll switch over to the fast network, the gaming band. It doesn't even show up in my Wi-Fi. So the mesh networks wins out on the driveway, no question. Because while 129 down wasn't great, at least I still get signal out here for the security cams. The X90 itself, no contest. It doesn't even get the signal out here. Let's go back inside. So what did I learn comparing the 2 different routers? Well, it seems that the gaming router, the Archer GX90, when it gets on the highway, it screams. It does run into challenges though, like every other router out in the market right now. When it has to go through multiple walls over longer distances, and when there's ceilings and floors involved, the range really reduces dramatically. You can see that when I went out to the driveway, I could not get any signal whatsoever from that particular router. I did, however, get signal for my mesh router, but the simple reason why is that I do have one of the nodes right in my kitchen, which is actually in the middle of the house, so no problem. When you look at some of the other rooms that we went up to, we went upstairs, again in the upstairs hallway, with the regular mesh system, you know, it's getting average speeds of over 200. With the Archer GX90, you know, the speeds were similar, but sometimes reduced as well because it had to go through numerous walls in the floor as well. It was interesting though, out in the backyard when I went to the shed, The Deco X60, the mesh router, even though it had the same placement as the Archer GX90, I just did not get the speed. At the shed, I was getting about 150 megabits down with the mesh router system, but when it came to the Archer GX90, we were hitting double the speed. It only had to basically go through one wall, but once it got past there, no problems whatsoever. So the lesson simply is, if you want to cover all the spots in your home and yard, you probably have to look into a mesh system. The one bright spot with the Archer GX90, you can actually get one of TP-Link's one mesh extenders that will tie in with that. So you could have all the benefits of the gaming router and then have that extender, that mesh extender, that would give you that extra coverage. So in my case, I would probably put it in my kitchen so I can get that extra bit of length out into my driveway. So again, if you want whole home coverage, definitely mesh. If you want to get the screaming speeds, go with the gaming router. Check out the other videos we've done on other routers as well. We're covering all the different manufacturers and going through all the features and what's best and what's not best. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. It helps us make more videos. And don't forget to hit the notification bell there. You'll get notified every time we come out with new videos. And if you got any questions, just ask them in the channel and we'll answer them for you.